That's basically all of that. Y'all got any questions you want me to ask about this? And I'll play the body cam if you want me to.
Did the suspect fire first? It sounded like his gun fired.
He did not fire.
So he just pointed it out.
He pointed it, as you can plainly see. Go back to that.
Okay, I just couldn't tell if he fired around first.
No, he did not fire. Okay.
How many deputies did fire their weapons?
Only one. Sergeant Walker. This deputy, at this point in time, Deputy Langston, it's not till he gets to that point that he sees that he's pointing a gun at him. He's running up toward the car, okay? And knows the deputy did not fire, only Sergeant Walker.
And have you heard anything from Sheriff Reese yet about the sergeant's, has he been disciplined at all, or is he?
He has not.
I'm sorry?
He has not been disciplined. This officer did nothing improper.
Okay.
As you can see right there, that Mr. Evans is in the commission of a forcible felony using deadly force that's likely to cause the death or serious injury of Deputy Langston. And at that point in time, Sergeant Walker fired, which is authorized under Georgia law.
Okay, I know that he had been off on, I think you said on Friday, he had been off for his usual days off, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yes, but he is not disciplined. No,
Okay.
he has not been disciplined at all.
Thank you.
Sheriff, what is the first name of Sergeant Walker?
Travis Walker. Hang on just a minute, and I have their names. He's been with the Jones County Sheriff's Office for 12 years.
And what about deputy?
Richard Langston was the other deputy you see there. He's been there for 2 years. And Officer Jared Markham, Deputy Jared Markham, he actually pulled up right when the shooting was going on. The only thing he got out to do, he got out and started to begin first aid. You'll see him here in the This is Deputy Markham. That's a trauma pack he has in his hand, and he's getting ready. Well, but once he finds out that it's deceased, he doesn't go any further.
And can you tell me just one more time whose dash cam video this is of?
That is Sergeant Walker's dash
okay.
cam, start to finish, his
Okay.
dash cam. And now I'm going to show you. Well, if you don't have any more questions about this, I'm going to show you his body cam where you can hear the conversation and all better than, because the car cam's only picking up, in the car there.
Sheriff, I do have
Sure.
a couple more questions. How many gunshots did the victim
7.
receive? 7?
No, the victim, Mr. Evans, was shot 6 times. one round went through the push bumper, top of the push bumper of Sergeant Walker's patrol car.
And has the preliminary autopsy been done? And
It
has
has.
that come back to you?
It has.
In a report? What is it?
Well, it came back and reported the death of multiple gunshot wounds. Obviously, the head one was probably the fatal one.
I know you had mentioned at the time, you had suspected he was intoxicated. Have you guys found anything in the forensic report that stood out to you?
It will take months and months for that to come back to. Now, I've talked to his family members, and they said he has had a long history of mental illness, and that behavior would not necessarily, while it seems to me, you'll see what I'm talking about when I play the body camera, that behavior would not necessarily indicate he was intoxicated, but would indicate some of his typical behavior during periods of mental disorder. You ready to go?
Yes, sir.
This is Sergeant Walker's body camera. Again, there's a little bit of delay here because apparently it doesn't activate until he gets out of the car or something like that. I can advance it if you want me to.
That's fine. Unless there's anything you could.
No, it's just.
If you're not sworn, if you're not sworn, I can arrest you right now, buddy.
No, it doesn't act like that, okay?
Just stop the car.
Let me try again. That's real stuff. I'll just let it play.
All right, what you got going on? What you got going on tonight? Charleston, your house, where you live at? Where's Laney? Yeah, I'm a cop. I got a... Okay, why you cuss me out, though? Why you cuss that man? You say ain't I'm a cop? Don't my car look like I'm a cop? Don't I have a uniform like I'm a cop? So then why you give a statement, okay?
Are you sworn?
All right. Why are you cussing me like that? Why are you cussing me like that? All right.
Are you sworn?
What does it have to do with
Every fucking day, right? Are you sworn?
Okay, listen to
You're
me.
not sworn. Don't
Listen.
Don't you listen somewhere else.
This park is closed, okay? That's why I'm out with you right now, okay?
I'm doing a text and I'm leaving, okay?
You're doing a text and you're leaving.
Text and I'm leaving.
Okay, well, you have your license on you, man?
You're not a cop. You don't need my license.
The park is closed,
I
man.
don't give a shit if the park is purple, brother. Go do something else, please.
Listen to me.
Dude, listen to me, sir. You are not a law officer. You're a fake. You understand? I can start something arrest you right now. You understand that? You understand that? If you're not sworn,
Subject.
if you're not sworn, I can arrest you right now, buddy.
It doesn't act like that, okay?
Stop the car. Stop the.
I know the unit. I'm 1580 with a G. Sarah Henry Paul, 1581, SHP 1581. Sarah Henry. Low speed, he's talking like he's 716. We coming out of Red Complex now. It's 15 miles per hour. Subject just made a left towards Bill. Speed's at 22. And look, you told me I was not a cop, yes, sir. What you in behind me? You can't get up ahead of them with some sticks, way ahead of them. Just be careful. I don't know what he got on that Jeep. Just try to get in front of him. All right, 6'6", move out the way. I don't think he has a seatbelt on, and he's in the Jeep with no doors. Sills, we 49, 35 miles per hour. We're coming on the stop station. Go ahead and notify Bill. Let's get some more units here when we try to overwhelm him. Oh, he just slammed on brakes and let me wreck. Alright, y'all good? Y'all okay? Yeah, we're good. You okay? Cut the radio off. Cut the radio off. Are y'all okay?
I'm okay. He pulled me up and I just started hearing shots fired.
I just want to make sure y'all okay. I didn't want y'all to get shot. I don't know where I shot him at. Let me get some gloves. Subject is down. Subject is down. Notify command staff. Get some gloves on. Get some gloves on. And you never got a shot off, I don't think. That's why I hurried up and shot. I didn't want y'all to get hit. They came up with a gun fast.
I never saw when I was next to him. He just kept pointing at me. He didn't have nothing in his hand.
When I saw the gun came out, that's when I did what I had to do, okay?
Yeah, you good?
I mean, y'all okay?
Yeah, we okay.
Y'all good. I'm okay. Where's my light? My flashlight. Where's the He's 42. I think he's 42.
Any more of that y'all need to see? Any questions, Bill? Any questions about that?
No, what have y'all determined, having seen this, and I gather that your review of this independent investigation that was asked of you to do by Sheriff Reeves has now concluded, is that correct?
Well, it has to some extent as far as the officer's actions. I'm still waiting on reports from Florida and some other law enforcement agencies in Georgia about this individual's background. Obviously, we don't have our the actual written autopsy report, you know, takes months on end. Toxicology to see if he was under the influence, of course, takes months on end to get. But as far as the use of force, it cleared my professional perspective that this was, if there ever was an authorized use of force, this is a glaring example of unauthorized use and necessary use of force. I've gone over my findings with the district attorney, and he's here with me today. He can comment on it as he sees fit.
Attorney Marcel, is there anything else you'd like to say or comment on your investigation?
Well, number one, I don't investigate. I review the investigation that was conducted, and I've done that. I sent a letter to Sheriff Reese today, as well as Sheriff Sills, informing them that I'd reviewed all pertinent information as to the unfortunate events that occurred, and I've expressed to Sheriff Reese that this was a clean sheet, this is justified use of force, and I have no intentions of presenting this to a grand jury in Jones County. It's a sad situation, and it speaks to the dangers that our deputies are faced with every day and how quickly they can turn deadly. I commend Sergeant Walker for his quick actions, and quite frankly, it's my belief that he saved Deputy Langston's life that night.
And then, I'm not sure if it was addressed, but was there another officer involved shooting in Jones County previously, or was this the first one that had been?
Well, I'm sure there probably has been other officer involved shootings. It's the first one that I can remember in the last.
You may be referencing several years ago, maybe 4 years ago, Sergeant Walker was actually the deputy who had his window shot at on the south end of Jones County. I believe that was about 4 years ago. He himself did not shoot or fire his weapon, but his vehicle that he was in was struck, and I believe it struck his dry window shield, the front window of his patrol car.
There was another shooting of a deputy in near Hillsborough. That deputy wasn't able, I think he did return fire as the vehicle sped away.
That one is John Kyle, and that was off Highway 11 near Otis Redding Road, and he was struck once in his chest.
The deputy was.
Yeah. And ultimately, we prosecuted that individual, and he was sent to prison. Yeah.
Thank you.
St. John Kyle, who works as an investigator with the Greensboro Police Department.
He is now with the Bibb County Sheriff's Office.
Bibb County, okay.
And this is, you might want to see that this is Deputy Richard Langston's body cam. You can kind of see why he didn't. You'll see why he didn't see. You remember he says, "I didn't see the gun." You remember? You'll see from the blue lights and the lights from the store. You'll see what I'm talking about. He didn't see that gun until they got real close to him. And you see what I was talking about then, he's saying, he's screaming, show me your hand, show you, and he, as you can see, because of the light, he didn't see, that the guy even had a gun pointed at him until basically when, Sergeant Walker fired.
What color is the gun that the suspect
Blue
was
steel.
brandishing?
I mean, it's black, it's a blue steel.
Black. Does
What's-
that make it more difficult to see in that kind of
Well-
lighting situation?
I'm sure, as opposed to a nickel-plated one, yes.
My point.
Yeah.
And then that's kind of why we saw him kind of dodge out of the way.
Right, that's when you see him fly, that's when he sees the gun, but that's also the time, simultaneously that, I don't think he realizes it until he hears the gunfire. I mean, it's speculation on my part, but it's educated speculation based on evidence that you see.
Evans kept, referencing to Sergeant Walker that he didn't think he was a cop, so did you believe he kind of thought that as well about the others as well, like, oh, you're not cops, I'm just doing it.
I think it's pretty, I'm like Sergeant Walker, it's pretty obvious he's a cop in the marked patrol car with blue lights on in uniform. I don't know what's going on in I can't speak as to what was going on in Mr. Evans' mind, but it was certainly not appropriate.
Did family members happen to tell or ask you why, or did they have any knowledge of why their loved one was in Jones County all the way from Macon?
Well, no, he lived there very near this location, yeah. Delaney, he lived there in Bibb County, but within a mile or two from where this incident occurred. He also had a girlfriend that lived very near that park. This was a normal area might not have been normal at 1:30 in the morning, 1:20 in the morning, but it was a normal area. Matter of fact, one of his daughters lived in that area too.
I gather that was the reason that Sergeant Walker decided, hey, units should be called from Macon, Bibb County.
Well, no, they were approaching, they were 2 miles from the Bibb County line, so
Okay.
it would be normal for you
Sure.
to call the county you're getting ready to, that's normal law enforcement procedures,
Absolutely.
to let them know, hey, we're getting ready to come into your county in a pursuit. That's a normal law enforcement action.
Mhm.
I know you had mentioned you talked to some other witnesses. Did they say anything about Evans that stood out to you, helped the investigation in some way?
The only thing that I've talked to other people, there have been several, I've talked to family members, and all of them expressed that this individual, Mr. Evans, had repeated mental health issues, that there had been another incident where he questioned whether, I don't quite, I can't, well, let me say this, I've seen this, are you a sworn officer in some of these sovereign citizen type things? I have no evidence that he was involved in any organization like that, but he has used these same words before when encountering law enforcement.
Oh, so what he said, that's happened multiple times in the past?
Well, I don't know about multiple, I know for sure one time where he, again, one of his arrests, he was saying, you're not, wanting to know if they were sworn. I mean, all deputy sheriffs are sworn, but I don't know, I can't speak as to why. The only time I've seen anything like why in this particular case he's using that verbiage, I don't know, but the only time I've ever seen it are some of these individuals who you've heard some of the sovereign citizen movement, things like that, but I'm not saying he was part of that, but I have seen that kind of language before.
Sheriff, the suspect's gun, was it registered to him or was it registered to
We
someone else?
are doing a routine ATF trace on the gun. He was not a convicted felon. He had multiple prior arrests, but he was not a convicted felon. And I don't know if when you do a trace on a firearm, it only tells you who the person was that bought it when it was brand new, nothing thereafter. But again, as a routine matter, on any gun that we take into custody, we run a trace on them. His family indicated that he did have a Taurus 9mm semi-automatic pistol. They were aware of him having such a weapon.
think that's all that I have.
All right, I've got copies for you if you want it.
Great, thank you.
Don, would y'all ask Donna if she got those ready? A couple of those jump drives, you want them done?
Yes, sir, please.
Can I write down my email, Sheriff? I think it may have been my, I didn't.
I'm gonna give it to you, cause these things are so